Hello and welcome back to the 8th episode of our series Learning SketchUp. In this video, we are going to learn about some features and some advanced tools. These are hidden geometry, black edges, paint bucket, and solid tools. Let's get into the video. Firstly, the hidden geometry. This feature shows all the hidden lines used to make an entity in SketchUp. Let's enable hidden geometry. Go to the view in the toolbar and select show hidden geometry. On flat surfaces, there are hardly any hidden geometry. So I have a sphere and you can see all the hidden geometries shown in dotted lines which have been used to make a sphere. Now let's understand this feature further. Let's make these also into the sphere. But firstly, let me change the number of segments. For the first one, I am going to change it to 8. And for the second, I am going to change it to 50. Now make them into a sphere using Follow Me tool as shown in the previous episode. You can see the hidden geometries on the first sphere, which is comparatively less than the second sphere, because second sphere is made of more number of segments. While hidden geometry is active, we can also snap to these intersections and imaginary lines to draw on them if we want it to, or we can use some other tools. Another key point for a seamless workflow is the more geometry you have, the more the size of the SketchUp file is going to be. If you have too much hidden geometry, this will lead to the SketchUp interface being slow. Okay, now let's understand black edges, or you can call it X-ray vision. There is a keyboard shortcut for it, which is K. It majorly helps us with the placement and quick drawing. Let's see how. Before the new grab point came in SketchUp 2020, this feature is used to grab points which we can't see. Now if I want to grab this point and place it here before SketchUp 2020, it was impossible without scrolling. Let's turn on the black edge and see what's going on. So it's going to let you see everything in your model. Whatever you couldn't see from that view will now be turned into a dashed line. Now you can see from here, I can move this box at any point without scrolling. And with black edges, we can also draw lines that are hidden. Next, just look at the bucket tool and all the options including importing custom textures. To start off, we can apply some of the default textures to these boxes. So to activate the bucket tool, the keyboard shortcut is B. Now in the default tray on the right hand side, you see all the settings for the bucket tool as well as all the material options. Just click on this drop down arrow and here you can see all the categories of different materials. Let's go down to the wood and select. You're going to see different wooden textures here. If you hover over these materials, you will be able to see their name and choose accordingly. So let's apply this texture to one of these faces. Now you can edit these materials. Just go to the edit here and change settings as per our need. For example, you can change the shade or the color, increase or decrease the texture size, as well as the opacity of the material. If you are not happy with any of the setting, then just click here to reset the color. You can also import custom textures. For that, let's just download some texture from the Google. Then in SketchUp, head to File and click Import. Select the image and choose Use Image as Texture. Then click Import. Now just place this texture on any face and adjust the size. So I'm going to click on this corner here and drag my mouse out till the brickwork look realistic and click one more time. Go to the bucket tool again. Click drop down and select in model. Here we can see our brick texture. Few more things to apply these materials. First, let's make this into a group. Now when I apply any texture to any of its face, the whole group will have that texture. Though we can change the material of each face by double clicking. Next, let me join these two entities such that their faces have common edges, like this. Now let me apply some texture to these adjoining faces. To change the texture of these adjoining faces at once, just select the material, press Ctrl and click any face to change. And see, with one click we can change the material of every adjoining face by pressing Ctrl. Also, when bucket tool is active and we need to apply the same texture to some other face, just press Alt to pick that material. We can see in the default tree the different materials we are picking and just click wherever you want to apply. Next, if we have same texture in different object faces and need to change it all at once, then just press Shift with the bucket tool activated and click on any face with that texture, and all the textures will change at once. Lastly, we have solid tools. Solid tool is only available in Pro versions, so if you don't have SketchUp Pro, you won't be able to use them. But don't worry, we can help you out. Just contact us. The contact details are given at the end. For solid tools, just right-click anywhere on the toolbar and select Solid Tools. Now to use them, you need to have either a solid group or component. I have got 4 examples here which won't work. In first case, we have an extra line here. In second case, if we turn on the black edge, we can see the extra line at the back. In third, we have an extra line grouped with this box. And in last case, the whole face is missing. So clearly can't consider this a solid. You can see the solid tool is not working on either of these cases. It is showing an error. Now these extra lines are creating a problem only because they are not the part of the geometry. How can we say that? Just look carefully. This is a bold line. Now let me make it a part of this geometry by closing it. And you see the lines become thin. Now solid tools will work fine as it is not showing an error. Now let's see all the options one by one. First is merge outer shell, which means it is going to merge two geometries. Select the tool, then click on first solid and then the other solid. You can see now they've all merged. Second is called intersect. This tool is going to keep only the intersecting part and delete the rest. Just activate the tool, select the first solid and then select the second solid. And you will notice only the intersection is left. Third is the union tool. This tool will also merge different geometries but keeping all the interior parts as it is. So here I got two solids. Let me put this one over the other. And make a copy of this to compare between merge tool and this one. Let's enable the black edge to see the difference. Activate the merge tool. Select the solids and see the inner parts are gone. If we do the same with the union tool, it is going to keep the interiors. This tool is best when we have to put a roof over the walls, because in that case, you don't want your interior walls to vanish. Fourth is a subtract solid tool. This one subtract the first solid from the second solid. Just remember, first solid you pick will be subtracted, so choose carefully. Fifth is the trim tool. It is pretty much similar to subtract, The only difference is first object you select will not be deleted after. This basically cuts two intersected objects. Again, in this, first selected object will be trimmed, so select accordingly. You can see a cut has been made, but we still have our objects with us. Then finally we have a split tool. This tool will separate it into three different groups, that is, two original solids and one intersection. Now you can see we have three groups. That's all for these advanced tools. For doubts, just contact us on the given details. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next episode.